canes, driving students who haven't paid their fees away. It was so disheartening knowing that this child parents don't have the money, but you also have to collect the money to feed them. And so students were prevented from writing exams, you were caning them, their parents haven't paid the fees. Why do you cane the child? It was with difficulty. But if you don't take the fees and auditors come, they will say you don't have any mechanism down for collecting public money. We can pick any call, anytime, because we don't owe. Creditors are not chasing us for their money. Suppliers are not chasing us. So we are also not chasing the students for money. And it is heartwarming to be ahead under the free SHS system because you can sleep. We now have more contact hours. I've been in education all my life as a worker, and I have taught as a teacher of chemistry, and I'm now a headmaster. We have far more contact hours than we used to have when it was 3 terms. Now let's talk about double track. Double track is just like just 2 schools in one building, and whatever contact hours the students have in green, the gold have the same number of periods. So there's no discrimination. We are rather using government property judiciously.
107.1 so in Ghana's headmaster oho ena it is ye neno edin komona all church double track and they said ye ho hihye esi etie no na yenko ahoma no so na yenkonkodi enkomo Dr. Prince Ama ena eye Director General National Council for Curriculum and Assessment ye no enkonkodi nkomo kakra emfa enkomo ayedi ye ho doc machi
Jodo minias
what to say
ya me ado mu ye pa opon so ye
me hoye nyankopon adaroma e da se anopɛ sɛ wagye enso na ye ba bedi nkomo obrɛ nti ye betwa ne tew na afi ya ba behwɛ ne a ɛwɔ hɔ nom na yadi ɛho nkomo ye nkɔ ye chi kakra doc radio bi a wo achi mesro mo enum no ema me
okay.
Very well. Yeah, you bedo ase anopɛ sɛ wagye enso na ye ba bedi nkomo ne di kan yen chance emfa emfri said ye free SHS aban chance na ngoma sua etie ene ehye ahodo amode aba hom ne amoba beto ye ankasa ansa na mo to so na etesei
with that bebre o di kan no and chewetie funina before a free SHS baba no now already there's some policy imperative in the system. Only there, abofani betro BEC na patroa obenya a certain aggregate. Now we use them a certain aggregate. Now or they place in schools. So enya a certain aggregator today be a 6. A minimum of 6 in 6 subjects, which combines to aggregate 36. If you in school, you then on-call. I want to challenge Kakao, or the can. But for mana, when you're 36 and below, no, in fact, the combined aggregator wouldn't need the secondary school, no, more former free private schools, no, I want now, wouldn't Aquina, those qualifying grades. Now, what do call secondary schools? Indeed, my IOTA in there when you're even the top set secondary schools. My friend, A-class secondary schools, and I want to work at them charge and call. I want to work on public schools, you know. Of course, you to me there. Young public school system at the basic school level, no, on Shada and Dimo. No, no problem, no, or the bill free or the bay. 1987 reform yenya bota yantu ya basi my aunt shared junior secondary school medical cap primary hono or weak foundation of the junior secondary school at the public school level, which is actually why it has had ripple effect on performance at the public schools at the junior secondary school level. And largely former work of private schools no one winner them access what they call. So that's one point. So BEC is a policy impediment to access to secondary school because poor children from relatively underserved communities cannot get access or are not able to get access to secondary school because of a BECA requirement. Second point, there, even when I'm from when you access, what to wait when you admission crano, the data clearly suggested that a large proportion of these children were not able to report at school due to financial barriers. So the issues underpinning access to secondary school largely were two. One, financial barrier. Two, policy imperative of BECE cutoff point. Cutting people are otherwise when you're secondary school accessor, able to expand ma wasuwako when you and see exactly this is what these are the issues that the free SHS addressed. One, the entry requirement what they call secondary school, which is BEC, will be addressed by saying there in Chakran how the Anya the Krana nyawo match in a minimum of aggregate 8 in maths. And to say a minimum of aggregate 8 in matter, you will qualify to go to secondary school. If you combine the number of subjects now, you are looking at roughly aggregate 53, allowing people to go to secondary school. There is no problem with that system at all. Because the BEC itself, the assessment process, or the year, them categorization of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, are flawed for many years. Academics in education assessment and researchers in curriculum and assessment have complained with reports by experts, including Professor Anamwa Mensah's committee in 2001, reports clearly saying that we should expunge BEC from the system in the first place because of the fact that before about your exams, grade it is already predetermined as far as the BEC state system is concerned. It is being at the 53 krana. It doesn't actually make any difference because writing BEC and getting at the 53 does not tell you exactly the fun what banana but it doesn't tell us that. It only ranks our people according to themselves. Into what free SHS address this policy imperative by expanding it and allowing everybody to go, which is what we call universal access to secondary education. The second point, which is the financial barrier, is for the government to absorb the financial barrier. And what we have done by doing this is that a society where before free SHS, a certain class of people get access to secondary school. Why are they getting access to secondary school? Because one, they attend the best private schools in Ghana and get the qualifying grade. And two, they have the financial resources to go to secondary school. And this is what the free SHS has come to address. As for Ghana Living Standard Surveyor, the last survey, we 6-7, the last survey 7. Share there, everyone there, why divide the whole country into 5, what we call quintiles. The poorest, which is at the down there, and then the richest, which is at the top. A better data and access to education. You will find out that the children who are coming from rich background, when they start KG, they finish university. A large proportion of children who are coming from relatively affluent background, which is the rich population or richest population, will start KG, will be university. And before my will start KG, it's 100 will start KG. By the time we do university, less than 30 are in the university. And in fact, the dropout rate in transition, the dropout rate is very significant from GHS to SHS. So free SHS has actually addressed a fundamental structural issue in our education system, what we call equity, making education accessible to all. So Humasia is a poverty alleviation tool because so obi on your opportunity not so school you are increasing the life chances. So you need to be able to use education to break the poverty rate gap. Today make you need na main child many opportunity ako secondary school na ma trade ako university na fi ma kwa PhD na ma pepsi na me ye djuma bede boa na me nye sika na mo de boa me fie ma brabo asesa me fie brabo asesa. So you need to the education is a tool to break the poverty gap. Then everything possible must be made to make sure that Obiara get access to education so that you don't increase the gap, but you can break it. The rich should not get access to education better or more than the poor. If we do that, we will continue to open the poverty rate gap. And this is what Free SHS has done. The implication is very wide. For banka own school and the win school ako. And I want you to note that before Free SHS, the data is there. Every year, over 100,000 children are left out. They don't get access to secondary school. They are not in employment. They are not in training. We call them needs category. Not in education, not in employment, not in training. Over 100,000. Now check if 2010 to 2020 or even 2007 to 2017, 10 years, and each year 100,000. We have 1 million children walking in the streets. We don't know where they are. Free SHS has addressed that. Now, in doing that, now that you have expanded access to secondary education, that people otherwise would have been found in the streets are now in the school system, the other issue that has to come with the infrastructure availability. Don't forget there, the original intention of the secondary school system under the NDC 1, which is the 1992-93 introduction of the SS program, was to deliberately select high-performing students at junior secondary school to go to secondary school. Until from that period until recently, access to secondary school was very limited. Infrastructure so was not available. Until once we have introduced Free SHS and the numbers have gone up, you have so many people now going to secondary school. You have even primary school people who feed the primary or after primary school could be because can you know to be a primary school about dropout number from any work second work and because they know that there is Free SHS for them. It has expanded access and facilities are limited. What do you do under such circumstances? You have to think creatively and think outside the box. You cannot say that my former wants to honest you then and sana. So you go and see best practices. We debated this long ago. Best practices in other countries, developed countries. We have something called all year round. The all year round calendar was introduced as a mitigating factor to addressing access issues in other countries, like in the US. So we went to think of it to adopt that system, what we call the all year round. Some of them are what we call multi-track because the tracks in Ibasa, it require 4 tracks, but we adopted the double track as a stopgap measure, and which has resulted in increasing the capacity of the schools to bring more children into the school system.
Very well. But ansana obekono na yene Professor George Odro ya oye member NDC Manifesto Committee was actually nso e wo UCC ne yene no din komo e de afa Free SHS ene omonso ne aye omo ani so ade hunu menim utie no
pa
and some kind of issues be or how person or addressing.
Well, Prof, you'll be expecting so much. If you are an academic and you are into education research, you will see there you've done a lot of work on educational leadership. When I was in the UK, I had a chance of reading his PhD work. Very, very interesting work. But I must confess that Prof does not understand the basis of the free SHS. I mean, listen to him. I've had a conversation, one-on-one debate with him and one other professor at the 1 year. Say, Prof, you will be if you say, in the education leadership is very outstanding. But over the free SHS issue, Amarakasana on Prof, now one other professor, the last 2 years, TV3 also organized a program. And I say, maintain in the maintain other times. I mean, he needs to take his time to understand the basis of this free SHS. One, Oka BB there, secondary education free SHS, no, hold it down. And that there was a free senior high school program under NDC. The Senior Secondary Education Improvement Program by the World Bank. It's not a free SHS program. I was a consultant to the World Bank under this project. It is not a free SHS program. It is a program designed there selecting some low-performing schools and improving quality in science and math, training teachers in science and math, and improving the capacity of those schools. Only 23 secondary schools under Mohammed's day schools, were constructed. It's completely different from free SHS or Kawasa. The free SHS, that the attempted progressive free SHS that the NDC introduced was this. That in fact, in the NDC's education strategic plan, we call it Education Strategic Plan 2010 to 2020. NDC for the shame there. I want to work a boarding school. They are from rich family, where you scaffold, so they don't need to be funded, and therefore Abani should rather support day schools. That is why they introduced the day school concept, and it is in the education strategic plan that governs the NDC administration as far as one education is concerned. It didn't have interest in boarding school. What they did there, say Echo Secondary School, they started with 34 Ghana cedi. They want to support, and you call this a free secondary school, please. So there's the issue around Ghana Secondary Education Improvement Program being free SHS program. Prof, please, that is not the case, and the records are there. It's even on the you can read the program. The project appraisal document, the past, the project implementation manual, the payment, the rest, and you will never see that it is a free SHS program. Secondly, prophecy there, private schools perform better than public schools. And that is why parents take their children to private schools. I think the narrative Prof is talking about at the junior secondary school, Onka secondary school. But we agree there at the junior secondary school, public school system, is relatively underperforming compared to private schools. But the story is not the same as private secondary schools. In fact, if you private secondary JHS we are, or per public secondary school wako. So the argument that you are bringing private schools in because parents there are taking their children to private secondary school on the basis there. And then when private secondary school no way I didn't know the work on it doesn't come in at all. I think making an argument on that. And then making arguments on that. And then Prof was also talking about the fact that NDC started free secondary school before even MPP talked about it. Nana Dan Kwakufado spoke of this free SHS as far back as 2008 when nobody had even thought of it, even if it was a constitutional injunction or constitutional provision. It needed a thinker to put them into a policy document. What about a policy document? Now, what a corner for that? What by ye? And me feel the key arguments driving Prof's issues, didn't really relate to free SHS and the benefit that gives us. I think all Wapeda Waya is to find faults, which they are finding it very difficult to do that. If you want to extend free secondary school to private schools on the basis there where Ghana Fumba you know, no alcohol and they are taxpayers' men. Then you can as well say, then I know free school uniform, abandon the man, one private school fee. Another university for no abandon school the universities, you know, one university private university fee. It doesn't work like that. Public funds are used for public purpose. The Constitution allows everybody to set up a private school, and the Constitution says there you do that at your own expense.
You know, as a doc, na every time you besamba.
That's what I say.
Yes, so that's Naka. Director General ena yeneno edi enkomando Dr. Prince ama 107.1 sini ha ye Omanfm menkai wo se adwumako bi adaroma na no pay wo mo eboaye na afi ye de obonkrata en mo nsem no ede abrosha no so famame na kai se ese wankasa otumi enya edan ana otumi nya asase ya ebe wankasa odia kai se ende eyade a ye boawo na ningo pram this assembly no and afi local government and wo partners na kabom ede sa de pay achew frɛ 0555 530 300 and 0235 445-882 na eno mo eni enkomo Spanish garlic mixture garlic ne yade aye uhia bi eboawo ama onase atatai ohumi a enka wo no nyina atumi afiri wo hye nso okomia ya hodo a ye tonro a onsa ebeka bi na afi aye kama ede amount Dameco Company Limited for madwuma yetietia ye bodan so ye de niam a wo de bodan so ebo dan so a edi mfie bebre hye nso from on the board dinosaur and fa amount 0549894777 Rock Care Clinic Emma Ven capsules we ye man member drew ya say you be a odun so a man tentema wo hia bi pebina to pharmacy shop e wo achi wono kwa won sabe ka bi be ma fa Genicure 442 no ma yire na won so fa pack no e ka ho na chese adimu 0244183230 Franco Trading Enterprise phones papa and accessories fee no ko online na to ne yenche wade www.francotrading.com eho na ye ton e de amount ye de TV ahodo aba ya sheda ko brand ne de aba ene ye weda no eye kama frɛ 0546 133188 0546 133188 one ma epe one bedroom apartment ato eyefo tema committee 26 TDC4 and a day mount asase no bida ho ya obetumi apake o car from so bia ni ho man so bia ni ho otobi wi a wawie na chese won so asum adwo frɛ 0541 0504 0504 895 302 0504 895 302 me kai wo say Presbyterian University College for Ashe admissions ase edia na opese okosua Frewamo na yeno eni nkomo ni bia opese usua ya eye university adesua de Presbyterian University College for beboa ama onso onsa tumi aka wadesua eboa wono me courses ahodo bebre tietie eboa no da form mo amoye Presby emma de o 10% discount school fees aye jo no ye de echew enti enko ba bia fa wani kire Presbyterian University College one more campuses ahodo bebre e Ghana ba bia wo bia no onsa be come frɛ 0202 277-210 0202-277-210 na one womo edi nkomo Godmas abedi akono obotentim kwabra kwa chene hwede obonkrata en munsem no edi amabaransa na no yentie we.
I'm saying that Ghana must not introduce free SHS on the whimsical promise of a desperate politician. Many mistakes have been made by countries in Africa already with free SHS. I'm saying that Ghana must not introduce free SHS on the whimsical promise of a desperate politician. Many mistakes have been made by countries in Africa already with free SHS.
Okay, 107.1 sini yenko enim na dia ka no yemfa ento aso emfa ema.
See, say no NDC when it comes to free senior high school and then when shesha ya the omo ye no Oman FM bidie o dia say aha keka bidie e say akra bia wafuru dua kokasoro na ne ho akire no na ọbọ mpa ya sere Nyankopon se Awurade ka otumi aboa me ama mercy for more na ensam no akeka na ebi susun dodo ebi chi na adwan sisi
ni ba ko no gina nchen no se asem akeka
Awurade se obo ma mercy for more Methodist ni bruma so de wo hanyina me wakoprem de bia ko se da nopa kwen so aso da wo be produce ya entimi nyi
if you are not with us on the dada
nyame o de dada nyame
your mama na NDC nsam na omo fikere nyina wo mo pegana for vote nti wo mo pe bibi dwene about law yaw your customer NDC education there the whole decision to select him no disastrous no kasa dia yaw na we ngaza baby ewu mo a okasa no so mo a okasa no em say mo ana we are convinced sampa NDC for until the omoye na
Baba so let's review University of Ghana interview no course now was God and I must confess listening to this professor is depressing.
Oh nzo nkrofo kafa no
say ono na o articulate NDC views enti na adwene ne nti ase ene ne bibia no reflect NDC enti ase ene omo position 2016 wa joma ama no akase day students nyina meboa abazo omo school fees o na okan one first school fees na nko even deprived disabled for meboa
special schools
omo
for associate for omo ntimi nante
asotifo omo ntimi nante abai at school anu ebi wo ba bi bebre one fa omo sika anko
more than 5 million Ghana cedis
afimu ni nyina one fa omo sika anko na enifrafo a omo ko school na ekon di omo ho kire omo hwana be bompa ipama o hwana obedo oman so what to ni ena osaka no 2016 say borders ya ndio school for omo ya boarding students omo so omo free efia sikanim no meboa abai absorb omo school 2016 and so one first kananko entino ede
sana progressive one some of be chance back we are 7 cities ya no want ya ede no fa kanade no
at the point in time no cut off no kra so ho asem o
amufa ni nyina kanfu ano ade na mo ka no oboboa eyaza prof and the prof kan nobody can obi no beti aka chem 7 period as a professor wabon but adia enya no ni different than everything what teacher mu bitimi gidi say no akasa tena fie se na konfo be friend no ni students old and present students be friend ka prof and then some can hear in fact UCC for platform more than 5 different platforms my friends here almost said I have tape mu ntina dia prof kan
ya friend no NDC for na be kasa no ma catch us why ade me catch us na ansane no
why ade
me catch us na ansane no me tise
o ma catch us why ade
me tise me am yonku brabo ona bo arikopoku eti radio say we akete kase free senior high school crown am enrollment abafom
ai
arikopoku o ti journalist ani ana o kasa asemi na am say sa and she say ya na wo dada say de ora prince ama Dr. Prince ama chiremu yeah wo free class ni ade ni nim and crown munya grade 30 something 35 kokosi 40 42 omunya school no omunya bi
na bi omunya school nko
school bi amfa omo enti Jesus for we pe the figures are them crowd do na no mba be gu monte so omo mfi susa omo ofo omo adwuma nyeyi omo ton ne ma okwa ho ebi ni bi kokotena okumase ebi kokosua de okosua adwuma kra ne meti susa ene abai ayese uvi wunya aggregate 40 something ye nyina start God near your boomfu.
I did a book for at the radio. Yamuna could be. Yamuna could be. But they important.
And now, I buy the technical school, no vocational schools, and also you're free. And also you're free. Now, the woman crying say, a crowd senior high school piano. Scar, I buy spending one. I buy a crowd say, or best spend 4 times of that amount. Average Accra or technical or vocational education.
Okay, mami kwa mano so yentiwe emfri ho na yensaemra. Dr. Gideon Boako ene kasama Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Baumia na campaign no asha se ya omo up north omo edi enkomo ho na yenko nkotie na ekoso ewo ho. Opani machi. Me ho ya na onso aye.
Ya kupado.
Ya da se me gidi se obre wo mpa.
Bayande. Okay.
Very well. Up north the ho na vice ofi hokasa ene said the ho environment ni bibia tie no ade a onim na mone no nam a ode mampani ani so ade ho no etodwa dedi kan no say na wo mo eje ne nsem a ode etodwa no
wow say mo central for them gili somebody di achi so follow tower mampani abedi achi was your moment fee in any capai na yen so besides bia yakopiano shenu ma hemfo no manfo and senya almost je amampani abedi achi and then tima ebo ensrano ababa na chese yen so na yo I from penny for be war. Same ha. Omo edimu payi. Na so hempon odimu sa tnakem. Na omampani abedi ache kwasrano. Na odina no disem tuja. Na sembu ha waka fa ban no ho. Na utimu sa yade amadwene ho atena se abobo ho ene wabi na no ene waka. Ko dabon overload ya now some kai fa president Akufo-Addo na pan ho se omo de omo so ma setem no omo hia mpumtu omo hia bibia apan eye na famudie so ade ba ko a mampani Akufo-Addo aye eyo madi so omo gidi se omo aseda omo ntimi anyi omano keke no betimi de aka no eye asundwe mapa etimi aba dabon putem ho na face baby ba nanka omuntimi nye the late yana ayi no mampani Akufo-Addo bae omatima yesa ayi no na omafa shekase kra nanka omoye enam to kwasam ne ahensam ne no kole banti besen fie piana na omuntimi nye no ene abrewa yi poma kwamu amomutimi ayesa no mano afenso mpuntu juma apanye na nsesim hade ofa ha yene ewa na fo no aya na yaka free SHS but obasim ha ade da o manu a omoka ayeyi Akufo-Addo ejuma so kase awaye ama aboa omopa no aye planting for food and jobs and one village one dam na oba na se uti na nanoma hemfo ene Omanfm senia almost di one village one dam no ehu adanse na do mu busa ho se yenya yete anafo no dam no you bi ni nchente na you hu senia esiti ana sansa uba haidia ohini bia obi na no akasa awo baby yakobia no obo sa one village one dam Akufo-Addo ene naban aye dia mom no etin na afin so planting for food and jobs ababeboa ama omokuya yesem eno masetremu senia isikro no omoda Akufo-Addo asepa yi enti yakọ mantam no yesa yashase efi northern region and I buy a BBC Savannah region
Yura Mahama in the region ho. And your buyer and your BC Upper West region Tendra. And my year Jirapa, the year Gulu, and a year to TV to Yana Jono, and he see more about the Drew Bolliga. And now you're all ball game. The Beji Bre, not a net Danino, at the Asasa 1 year, so you didn't buy a foul. A Japadia, and no one says no more for dear, no one penny, but the chi, Aquasasa, Yamia do not be no transfer. Yes, I had to also our upper east region. Now, Yaquaco, you cry, Memendano Casiada, our northeast region, a young penny, a bit of chin and Casa, or also the region. To a boy, let me say, Mahu do bears a miensa. The Idicano, Montpellier Bidiachi. A Cosano nanum, a handful. A yanni papanum, Ninanum. Now, ordinary hotel, say President Kufuado, Yamia dear, Amawasa Pano, and right to some night. Say, Onona, Undinachi, no monachidom. Now, Omanfm pray 2020, a buyer Pacotono. Nampany for say, Abofra, Okabontinu Yadia, for the Buffy Rabetre. Into a course, our ma, near Papanum. Etiasese yasa pound biu nti omonfa omonhia emano na omonso ahia no ansana yesi abonten so a eye nananom ne omanfo ebodwa ye friend say community derba no na say dwabo na se no omanpani abedi achi akọle omanfo edimpeta ho omatotwe enkombo na asama iwe kufado awesade ahye omanpani abedi achi ba omiano no na powerful no they are two women. It's an say, oh, my education so a geoman for you and the teaching till my penny be the train so at your breath, what teen and unknown no man for my joint tray. Send the music no mamono, maybe a debut and your money so, and I must be crowd a yakem, no much in a genesis so. Now, no so more ya or no yano, the won't mean ya non prim. No, I was sending no man for so best pinnachi. Na waba wabeshe send city not ho asama beto manim afei so se dumadi bi ho aban aye na wayi no nyampa ho ntoma ma manfo nhyase enyisuru ya and also aban tibre na mampene be de chi akọ the friend is a commission no na akọ commission na bi wo so afei na aban be chance na se so dia so bofoma ne de asha bofom then also ya chance na yini na o region bi mo na mampani be de che ajebre ambrasi mo na wayi radio station ba kwasi ho na wakọ omafidi mo ho na ono manfo so edinkita ho na fe so radio station saka our region mo nyina so apeke from there intinkita mo dia no say na isitie ndi to fa bomo no
na project ahodo ya ebi omanfo ho betumi de wo mani ato so ya His Excellency the Vice President ejina so ama enkomodi ono wo die no ebi ene ne ohe
project no so obusai me bobo kakra bi so achew na me pese me do shase ewo omanpanyin dada John Mahama mikro sense Sabio, yeah, attention be. Say, Mahama say, oh, one village, one dam, no crano, in New York. Now I'm going to Jima Biaso, Encoso. And so, Obasimuha. Now we share the community level project infrastructure. Will be true. Some was from Sisia, or common penny Mahama Kruma, your bolly. Mampany be the Chico. The Costa Bolly, Chief Imam. Na ipia bonteno doma na efie mampani ebe de chi Mahama Krum abebotwi ewo chief imam efie na nim ha mampani ebe de chi no mudi nkomo no se wo video ni biabo okobole a one village one dam na Mr. Mahama se eni hono ono ankasa na kachi ye ni Krum aban awie dam ewo Krubia. The friend is Tribunal. I feel so oko Tesselima. A buying a wee dam no backo. Oko Krubi so a friend no, my wee. I also dam no, a buy a wee. Oko Sapi. aban awie dam ho oko dankurupe aban awie dam ho oko lampuga aban awie dam ho oko mankuma aban awie dam ho oko konjuma aban awie dam ho afenso penayiri aban awie dam ho ena tangwe dam no so eguso a ekoso enti one village one dam no a aban ya se district bia obesi edu no President Mahama the district a Bole district aban awie dam no mako enkono baako aka eguso a eno so ekoso afenso ofa sebia school dan ene de keka ka ho a aban awie 3-unit classroom block ewo penayiri President Mahama Kro aban asawi another 3-unit classroom block ewo Deboyiri and also President Mahama district aban asawi another 3-unit classroom block ewo Bandan Kwanta ewo President Mahama district aban asawi 12-unit story building classroom block ewo Bamboy President Mahama Kro aban asawi another 3-unit classroom block ewo Mankuma also President Mahama's district aban asawi another 3-unit classroom block ewo Kenasibi aban awi another 3-unit classroom block ewo Jama afenso ofa St. Anthony there's a dining block aban awi ewo Bamboy ewo St. Anthony senior high school and also ewo Badua Bamboy hwa afi oko Bali Krumu hwa nkasa so a aban AC 6-unit classroom block ewo Bali senior high school and aban wi kuswa ekoso na afi so 9-bedroom dormitory ewo Bali senior high school and also aban asia about 90% complete. There's a 3-unit classroom block ewo Tinga. There's another 3-unit classroom block ewo Juboy. There's another 3-unit classroom block ewo Sinjikura. There is another 3-unit classroom block ewo Jama. Afenso offer KG blocks are oko Jenteke, Bali, Teslema, Sinayiri, Honso, KG blocks ekoso. In fact, some both projects no now call one warehouse, one district in but everywhere in the district of Mr. Mahama. Infrastructure projects ekoso. And it is the same across the region. In fact, oko Dabuya, Mankrago, Maminka Simbincho, Yako Dabuya. Ohina or Dabuya. And also was Savannah region or President Mahama region. Okache say and Sana President Akufo-Addo eba bemono. Now the whole Dabuya district only 3 communities and are not connected to electricity. And Sana President Akufo-Addo Obama in President Mahama's region, Dabuya, 3 communities and are no more electricity. Okay? And by 3.5 years, 9 communities and are buying a connector to electricity. In Tiwoko Mankragu, a buyer extension of electricity. Oko Lukula, a buyer extended electricity core. Oko Yagbu, a buyer extended electricity core. Oko Sapala, electricity core. Disa, Singa, Tari number 1, Tari number 2, and a Balawa. Hunina buying electricity. 3.5 years. 9 communities are buyer connected. The same district, over 1 village, 1 dam, 8 of them are by Bawina, Jimfurunu, Kuputu, Tekaya, Tekali, Dar es Salaam, Pulumbo, Yazori, Donkumpe, Hunyanso, Damoha, Eyejuma. And when you're Nanama Himfo, a dance here from Muti, a fa, a Juma, a Baye, Okon of East Gonja district. Northeast Gonja district. In fact, you call Kroba call her friend Pabe. Also 1 village, 1 town. Abaya wi makumako etu. Kidingi, Latempa, Bunjai, Fusila, Jalo, Kushini, Zankum, Chongashi, Kabachi, Inda. Nini naso dama oho. Abayawi. Communities are connected to electricity. Our South District, it's about 7. Kidingi, Latempa, Tunga, Kanakulai, Libi, Kushinini, Ana, Pala, Yini. Na the council Eguswa, Ekoso, and so Ewo. Offer water projects, Abayawi water system, Ewo Libi, boreholes Abaya, classroom blocks, IACC, Ewo Palu BC. Nanchimbeya, Kushini, Ana, Namaliga, Dinaya projects are Ekoso, Ewa North East Gonja district. But Mafa district by district. Okay? Oko East Gonja Municipal Assembly in Swa. Also share education programs at Banku So Awoye, Kairi So, Kalande, CCP, Abrumase, Bunkwa, Kuwani, Pembu, Jemi Titu. Classroom blocks are Abaya CC. All these districts are, and also Abayawi 3 number 2 checks compounds. Yankubupe, Buma, Masaka, Afenso Oko, Mankangua. There's another one going on there, and also East Gunja Municipal Assembly. Mashada na Meduwijina President Mahama region. It's as a person with true man for agencies to say. Sabio, a beer in your Mahama FM, Empo. Some punti Juma say Koso, that President Kufado, I need you, and Kasahadi, Hona Mahama fee. You know, from Punti Juma, Kohon, young Punti Juma at the then you can imagine the other parts of the region. Okay? You can imagine the other parts of the region. It offer everywhere across the length and breadth of the northern regions. Maybe I could piano. We are overwhelmed with him for no month for a dance here with the our president Akufo-Addo Nyima. But me also show my principle be so say. Amana somebody obia obabia wojana. But I was say Omanfm no share o masetenam no mo hwem puntu e ba o masetenam no mo gina so to aba. Bra President Mahama nya akonya say o develop the northern regions no. Okofa BBFN is Savannah Accelerated Development Authority. SADA. SADA now the buyer. Everywhere we have been to, say you Gushigu, Papali, Savaligu, okay, Pabe, Boli, and answer wherever go to everywhere, Jirapa, everywhere we have gone to President Muhammad President Baumia Bissau Mose, Vice President Baumia Bissau Mose, among chair a dear Baku, among districts, and now among communities now. You were Muhammad and Nam Sadaso at the Baye. In fact, Vice President Baumia has been repeating this from day one up till now. And this is from Guinness Omute. They have not come out to show one southern legacy in the north. There's none. There's no southern legacy in the north. But we share under the Northern Development Authority, up as a Kufado de Baye, $1 million per constituency. Now we share dams, classroom blocks, ambulance, a demand for in so bonus, we are not Ubisa Jose. Argentina, as I say, a Gina baby, a Gina, say the higher as I see a Triabaco. Now, Minia, there is going to be massive revolution in the north. 2020 Abana Babeto. So I say, Benefo no man for real development. The new green book development. Development are more Casatimity or Mosakase, we were. And that is my comfort. So we have gotten to a point that if I don't yet development-oriented voting and not just tribal, sentimental, or religious or whatever kind of voting. And it consoles my heart. It is saying that it's also I will not for sending me kind and no pay no. Yeah, to upper east region. But be a sui fire, my test about the dam na be no. I found nipa be a moja padiama nipa ba community be so share uncle. And the regional minister and Benefo can of buy no. About 9 at all, sa areas in na share. And then that move for I feel so buying Cheshire and then we leave items to between their mama. I feel so their mom not President Akufo-Addo. And so in Kuansha Sama Becca ɛde ama busuafo ɛne ɔmanfo a ɔmo atechema na ɔmo ahwɛ ɔmo agyapadeɛ na ɔmo busuafo bi no ɛno nso yɛwura baomia de ama ɔmo na adeɛ baako so yɛbaeɛ no sɛ yɛkɔɔ upper west no ɛwɔ west district wobɛka yɛ ankyee pii ɛna Joy FM for yɛ documentary bi ɛfa maame aberewa bi a wadi mfie bɛyɛ sɛ ade ɔtwe mmienu na wanya sɛbe kwata yareɛ no bi ɛna busuafo apono ne ma apono sɛbe ɔmanfo nyinaa apono akɔhyɛ tukuro bi mu a sɛbe baabi a ɔbɛda koraa ho ɔde nsuo tɔ ne nkorɔ ne baɛbɔ no ɛberɛ ɔmampani bi de akyiri hwɛ saa documentary no wɔ Joy News TV no ɛka nakoma ama ɔyɛ sɛ obɛsi dan ɛde akyɛ saa maame no ampa osi 2-bedroom house at the Oman FM. Nti edru wa west no na mampani abede che yes sese okọ na wode nani ko hu se be ne maame no ana se ne nana no a okọ hu ye hiem sa oboa no na menua nyame se nka no kre se bibi wo ha brema se kra eyesa ada no na ohwe maame abrewa na busuafo apono na aka ne nana ketwa ba kre fe na jara ano ne ti woninsa onihwe nsa nyinaa sɛ na busuafo po ne saa no maame ne ka asɛm bi ɔse ɛyɛ ne dɛ sɛ wɔhu ɔmampani abɛdi akyi na ɔno nso na brabɔ mu no ɔwu koraa na ɔkɔ asamanda ɔbɛtumi aka sɛ ɔda matress so ansa na wawu sɛ ɔse yɛwo ne baa wiase matress ɔde mfie de ɔtwe mmienu ɔlaa bi so da ɔmampani abɛdi akyi adaworoma wasi dan ama no na wotimi anya matress a wɔda so na nkrɔfo free sɛ ɔmo gya no na wawe nsensan awu enso de nyame ase sɛ ɔwe nsensan ɛna ɔde awu ɛna wanya baabi a wɔte ti ɛno nso ɛyɛ the human factor of vice president Baumia Toya oyi sɛ ɔbɔ anan ko hu maame no na ɔde maame no edi hyia mu na ɔmodi nkita ho ma ɔmo ho ɔmo ti ɛno nso yɛ ade a ɛkɔɔ so nti sɛ na dwumadi no nyinaa sitie ɛmako bi one of east region ɛyɛ fiada ɛne memenda fiada ne memenda ne kwasiada na yɛde ani akyerɛ nkran yɛabɛhɔ me nkran frama kakra afei nso yɛahwɛ baabi a yɛde ani bɛfa
Doc yɛbɛdo ase anɔpɛ
yeah,
so yeah, that's Dr. Gideon Boako Kasa Edema, the Vice President, Republic of Ghana. 4 minutes na nonkro abo. Keke muma me na me homra na afe ye ba ni aka no na afe ye de asoso.
Sing great bang, because the greatest things are born from the smallest of thoughts.
Interview ya na no pano di kan no. Prof no.
For messages na so to me you bold na can be and for opinion about interview no so can be na
God don me born top fan kase.
Okay.
Generally no papa no wa ni credit ni hu yi so na emfiri no
of a honey asem no
me emfiri no
any one no
emfiri no NDC the by force ena omo eka education wase ya obi a education makase sika dodo ewem no onye discipline ayesa o call happy ya nkrofo say easy yeah enekra NDC abonfo bitimi kase president Kufuor de call happy nti omo de call IMF na ayedai yeah
so Kufuor bad dia wo happy mu dada
we already happy
yes
na your sustainability analysis no ya ka dodo a ye de ani sika no ye generate no oboabo no di kotua enye na MPP call hepic no enhihye ne se sika no a unyam fametua no dey still boabo no oboabo no wi ne ye metrase ne be kire ya ade aposo de ye nti sika no na NDC tam omunya bosia ntimi mfam konkotua no President Kufuor womse na economy no wa ho kire mu de ba no hwehwe sika no owia na one omo ayede omo kana trase ose me diska no bi kwakoye
apaiwi
me de kwakoye pan yes de kwakoye si me de kwakoye eno no hipiska no na ndisi for no fi safi bi asika bi fra burukire ba o let's go bi am fra burukire ba
ayene yesika
ayene yesika no ana yesi ya wa ho kire mu tie nya nkotua na ne ehwehwe free senior high school ya enya bayira abrewadwo na ya abai commitment opepa owo no bia ara omo voice na your mama kase
oh Rajon
ayi Africa ha amai bebre ya try so be free senior high school na aye basa nti oboye kokose ni emfasa kwan no so yo na nado de wa faso oko oye mani yeyi no no an nim bed an oguso a oye your mama apart from the earlier kokona ya oboy say me emfasa kwan no so no wasabe ka kire so no o 2 billion a
won fa nyesa
won fa nya de na Kufuor do oye no yampa on fa nya so obi ba hu nya ne za o your mama na wo ba hu hia wa obi ba hu hia na kono obesese sika koto japade wo Dubai na wasesa ne makwa akogu no ono mo bo mo bra ne ade ono na busuafo ono mo kokoje omon enti on fa 2 billion enkohye eyimu enti no onye committed ewo
one of month ya na say because of month ya say ko mon kase obu wi a afro mo ba be stick with consultation stick it is a manifesto straight manifesto is stick with consultation
amamu no kra no
anyway enti Rajon
I'm saying that Ghana must not introduce free SHS on the whimsical promise of a desperate politician. Many mistakes have been made by countries in Africa already with free SHS.
And then no down who say afidi me baby
I'm saying that Ghana must not introduce free SHS on the whimsical promise of a desperate politician. Many mistakes have been made by countries in Africa already with free SHS.
107.1
Omo committed to anything.
That be
almost see People's Manifesto.
Go na ka kire wo.
Enti o se oba betwa double track ni. Oba no betwa na school no say ya. O ja say o du sana. O se People's Money microphone no so na.
Ka kire.
Okay, say sana. Let the blood flow. Okay. What I say? Let the blood flow. Sana neti. Me you say me nem papa ofi. What radio so me ati say, "Hey, mami asumasi come and report here."
1 p.m. awia.
Papa say, "Ah, I'm not fast rolling." And yo, no na dam for be papa Kabnambing. First, Rollins Barnum so or shaky or mine or yeah or more fast. It shows the dear Quay or Baba Boman and so Obi Bra. And Sika, now Odinoko Cotra radio so or my report, or may say, so I be the body be a kind. No, do a man codia, Obeseno. And so now, yes, say, you couldn't cry for you say because a man for need demanded. Let the blood flow. Say, me, who Obiami. Or moment say or cancer let the blood flow crew be kind and say I said I know the same thing and this in here can ya so say there Omo kasa ni commitment be President Mahama yeah na against nti no akoshe da wan sha about say mo na mo say we yo mo na me see mo ntwa double track otwa mo na akopend baby atana sika say your mama saw the $10 billion ebe double push. They said the first question there near day, they know what is in there for them. Baya ansana me sir
21 minutes after na Ebrenaso.
Nanado was a Ghana for ni. Oh yes. Na fantasy nyina nanim kacha nche Ghana. Was say wonim say
be man no.
Abra obepa kunyan bo hye bebre no hyehyɛ ye. Na NDC council oboa to say your boy Jamama avoid our kind. Let us not rush because I have and desperate
yes
promises of promises of a desperate politician. But also buy and why one this now or call Buno East no Memfa Adewe Emra or Kokutwa Humemu Emma Amantin starch processing factory. Yeah. Sa factory no so papa 35 million Ghana cedis. Ena omo ede ashim. Minimum
35 million Ghana cedis.
Yeah. If you be mfie mi enseni. O hwe ni bere a omo di hyem. Eye sa adwuma na. Gidi na mam omo wi first phase no kra no se efri ase a adwuma be create 450 direct omo ye adwuma
okay
enna omo ye outgrower farm so be support no and also be over 30,000 farmers se see aye ka say omo adua 14,000 acres banchi na ya banchi ebiasa bosumi nsiana abo
pepepe
enti the first say ya banchi fuo no dada nche the factory no
I
ready almost started first phase na omo ya akono keke enipa ye nso America no omo cultivate over 40,000 acres of cassava dada onu gusu a omo dua bi so obi say obi kosi afro processing factory agro processing factory just a factory ya din ku adwuma ene ya ade asisi busana ne say and no buy na or the be feed factory obia obekwa akosi agro processing factory this a commended sugar factory efuo nka ho tise kunfi atise kasa de Europa efuo nka za Ghana for sabe kan ni ada afedi yenyane
ye ni ate
na NDC nkwa by pencil no betimi akotwa homem say matia homem commended sugar factory are you ready ma obia dwunu nsanchirofo akobo omo pa mo kobo dawuro ho no ama obia dwunu mu say musa say na fuo no
obeda be ba cho ya bo pa obeda ko busa ya bo pa se ko ya de obeda busa amufa me so ABC w eh fede se honorable was say ya dutum oba hanmo na no brada and obeka was say akufa do ba 93,000 teachers and what me aha and then brass so ne anticate so kejemfu MPP women's organizer edin kombo ebisa publish say was MP for more manage go independent now and ma omonko
okay
and ebisa so say Jo Muhammad odo to no so a odi mia
madam was say
public accounts committee almost sitting no more corner and you may be a cost or high and you question
okay
when today you are hearing Nana Akufo-Addo and the MPP going all over the country shouting